The HIV Pathway is focused on three main areas. The first is a longitudinal clinical experience where you care for a group of patients living with HIV. The second is getting up to date in HIV clinical care and research, as well as understanding the community organizations that serve our patients in the Boston area. And third is doing a more in-depth investigation, either through a research project or another academic project in the field of HIV. You work with a group of patients who are living with HIV. You work with the same preceptor for several years, and we work in a clinic that has multiple services. And those include things like embedded mental health, embedded substance use disorder therapy, including things like case management, benefits navigation, a group of incredibly dedicated nurses. And we feel very lucky to practice in that setting.
When I came into the pathway, I knew that I wanted a career in HIV primary care. Actually, even coming into residency, I knew that's what I was looking for, and it was one of the things that drew me to BMC. My biggest accomplishment in the pathway is working with a couple of young patients who were newly diagnosed with HIV and helping them to accept their diagnosis, feel comfortable, and continue to do well. The two leaders of the pathway are an ID doctor and a primary care doctor, both of whom provide care for people living with HIV. So you get really great mentorship, both if you're planning to do HIV care from the primary care side of things, or if you're planning on going into ID fellowship.
And I feel like when folks are considering the HIV pathway, I think if you're interested in the overlap of HIV and any other types of conditions, whether it's something like hepatology and gastroenterology, or you're interested in learning more about what it would be like to be an HIV primary care provider, either through an ID fellowship or as part of a primary care practice, I think this is a great pathway to consider.